Let's do some hardcore hot sports talk football analysis.
Let's do it.
With your big football brain, Dave Dameshek, because we are here in Arizona. The Arizona Cardinals missed the playoffs 2 years ago with a 10-win season. They make the playoffs with an 11-win season, travel to Carolina, have Ryan Lindley at quarterback, and everything gets sideways. So let's play the game better or worse. 2015 Arizona Cardinals.
I'm going to go with, I expect a regression here because the loss of Todd Bowles. That really, Bruce Arians is very likely going to be the coach of the year. But if you expanded it to include all the assistant coaches in the NFL, I don't know that Arians would even be the top guy in that locker room because, like I say, Bowles worked miracles. I mean, they lose Dockett. I mean, they lost guys from injury to free agency to suspension, and that defense kept them relevant. I mean, let's remember. I mean, it feels like a million years ago, but it was only about 6-8 weeks ago that we were having legitimate conversations about the Seahawks and the Niners missing the playoffs because this team was going to win the division.
You mentioned Todd Bowles and him ascending to a head coaching spot for the New York Jets, leaving Arizona. But remember, we had the same conversation about, Bruce Arians takes the head coaching spot. Ray Horton's upset, so he's leaving to go to Cleveland. This defense can't possibly perform at as high a level as they have under Ray Horton. Todd Bowles comes in. Maybe we're shortchanging the personnel a little bit and giving a lot of credit to these coordinators when now we've had back-to-back coordinators be very successful with that side of the ball.
Yeah, it is an interesting notion, and over the 3 years since the Steelers infamously retired Bruce Arians, they announced, if you're not familiar with the story, they announced that Bruce Arians had and signed a document saying I'm retiring, and then 2 weeks later reemerges as a head coach candidate and lands in, or in fact goes as an OC to Indianapolis and really takes over for the Il Pagano and gets that team to the playoffs. I mean, he's really on quite a roll, is Arians. But, the Carson Palmer factor is an interesting one at his age, coming back from the injury. And if they can improve their running game, though, you think with Michael Floyd doing what he did in this past season, the room is the opportunity is there for the team to be better. The question is, though, look at the division. Are the Seahawks about to fall off?
No.
I doubt that. I would anticipate the Niners will
I'm with you. They're going to
get
slide.
back on track.
Oh, you think they are? See,
I think they're going to slide even further?
I think they have wildly underestimated the Harbaugh effect. I know some players whisper, it was getting old, the act was wearing thin. You cannot deny what that man has done.
I agree with that.
From San Diego to Stanford to San Francisco. I expect him to do it at Michigan. Tom Sula, very few people know him really. Coordinator, been around a long time. Seems like a very likable guy, but when you watch that introductory press conference, the interviews with the local media, does not exude the type of head coaching chutzpah, if you will, that guys like Pete Carroll have, that even Bruce Arians has, or Jeff Fisher, who has been wildly average throughout the course of his NFL career. But you think about that Rams defense, and
that's the other one.
It looks like it is. I mean, it's going to end up being the best division in all of football yet again, and just
I don't
a
know
nasty
about that
division to compete in. AFC North is what you're.
Well, I mean, that should be a good division once again. But here comes the NFC East, which has been down a little bit. The Eagles should bounce back, you would think. And Odell Beckham and Victor Cruz, up in New York that's going to be a three-horse race, I would think, in 2015.
I think I'm contradicting myself here because I say maybe it's not the coordinators, and then I point out maybe it's Arians. I mean, you think Andre Ellington, who does not look like a lead back, just in stature. Very good, though, carrying the ball, but Stephon Taylor behind him. They really didn't have a running back. Their offensive line, Jonathan Cooper's been a bit of a disappointment. Veldheer was a nice free agent signing, but that offensive line still isn't quite right. And yet they win 10 and 11 games in back-to-back seasons. It really is remarkable. Like you said, a man that was, I guess, forced into retirement, what he's been able to do here.
Yeah, it is. But, back to the case for the Niners. If they can return to, they got all those pieces. I think at our training camp, they had 47 receivers and 38 running backs, it seemed. And what were you going to do? How were you going to stop that offense? If they can return to, with the return of those linebackers, Bowman and Willis, presumably at good health, if they can get back to being a defensive dominant team and lean on the running game a little bit, I think the Niners are going to be back.
Give me a number. How many wins for the Cardinals next year? They 10 and then 11.
Listen, can I doubt Arians any further? This, like I say, is a 3-year roll he's on. I'll go double digits, at least 10 wins again.
How about that hot sports talk right there?